narcissist or someone who expresses toxic narcissistic qualities will always see you as a person who can be objectified. They don't want anyone else because they can't manipulate anyone else. To understand this concept, you are a placeholder in the narcissist's life. That is what makes you valuable to them. Important that you understand this number one concept, that cheap tricks cheat greatness cheaply. What does that mean? Well, the narcissist will cheat anyone, that's for certain. But they won't just cheat anyone. They will cheat men and women, even children, out of their greatness, using cheap tricks to gain the upper hand. But only those who can be manipulated. Cheap tricks do not work on everyone, my friends. A narcissist goes for the people who can be objectified, because the person who can be easily manipulated or cheated does not yet know themselves. They are still searching for their identity, or perhaps they are still too weak in their identity, naive perhaps. The psychological concepts within Pinocchio are good examples for this one. So how you see the narcissist and how the narcissist sees you is not the same thing. It will never be the same. You see the narcissist as a human being with a right to their own personal autonomy. You see the narcissist as a free-thinking, free-willed individual, a person who is capable of making decisions for themselves. But the narcissist does not see you, and they do not see you as having free will. They only want to bend you or have you yield and submit to their free will. They operate from the perspective of taking away your right to choose within your personal autonomy. They have to take away your right to autonomy because who they are does not naturally fit into your world of reality. So they have to manipulate you just so that you conduct yourself under the conditions of their fantasy, as this gives them the toxic individual the illusion of power or control. They try to make you fit into their reality by creating an illusion that you are still operating within your own system of reality. Think of the narcissist as being a magician. You are the observer. You are the observer. But you are also the participant. You are not a willing participant because you don't know that you are being deceived until it's almost too late. The narcissist will drop subtle hints to gauge just how blind or unobservant you are to their trickery. The illusion is a mastery of their illusion when you ignore a red flag. They drop these as a sleight of hand trick to see how easily you can be bent to their ways. When they can carry out their illusions on you, you do not seem to be any the wiser, and they become mesmerized by their own trickery as they are spellbound in their own fantasy. They actually begin to believe their own fantasy act as fact. The more you bend to their version of reality, the more they believe they are in control and living out that fantasy as fact. And the more control they have, the bolder they become, as they become comfortable in manipulating you. The narcissist or toxic person who has toxic behavioral and personality qualities, you will always be seen as a person who can be objectified. They don't want anyone else. When you cannot be manipulated or when you begin to resist their machinations, the narcissist has no choice but to snap out of the reality that they've created for both you and them, to recognize that the life that they have with you isn't real, and they have to leave because they cannot repair the illusion that they created. They cannot cover up one illusion with another because they've tried that. And it is only when they go too far in their illusion that is when you begin to suspect that something is off. The narcissist has no more tricks up their sleeve except to punish you for not falling for their tricks. They reprimand you for not believing them. They act shocked and mortified, literally. They cannot believe that you could not see the good in their sleight of hand tricks. This is the same shock and awe that we go through when we realize that the would-be narcissist or the toxic person was not the person that we thought they were. The narcissist is shocked we do not believe, as they are mortified that we did not conform. Are they more upset at themselves that they tried their best and it wasn't good enough? Or are they upset that we were that resistant and resilient? Whatever the answer, we are punished for our insolence. We are punished for not making their fantasy a reality. Oh, how could you? How dare you? Just as we ignored red flags, the narcissist ignores the red flags they see from us. See, to a healthy person, those would be green flags. But those red flags through the lens of narcissism prove that we cannot become a part of their fantasy to create a new reality. Can we help it if they chose to ignore us? Just as much as the narcissist is resistant to change, so are we. We cannot change our nature to suit the narcissist's lifestyle. The narcissist cannot change their nature to suit our loving lifestyle. That's because we're literally in opposition to one another. Now, your heart beats differently than the narcissist. Your heart is full of love to give. You give to the toxic individual, where the toxic individual has no love to give, not one iota. Love controls your thoughts and deeds, but fear controls the thoughts and deeds of the narcissist. The narcissist isn't so complicated when you think in terms of opposites. The narcissist is opposite to you, as your reality is one filled with love. Their reality is one filled with fear. Your reality allows free will, and their reality doesn't allow for free will, as it only allows for them to control rather than be controlled. You use your free will not to control others, but to control yourself and your own behavior, and they use their free will to manipulate your free will in attempts to control you and your behavior. So how do you stop the narcissist from controlling you and cheating you out of your free will? Well, stay tuned for the next video, as their illusion can be stopped, as their illusions must be stopped. And it begins and ends with you. All it takes is a little bit of discernment and your own free will to get up and go. Now, go make your day great. Mwah.